The reason for the recall: in some of the affected vehicles, it may be possible for the vehicle wiper arms to perform erratically. This condition can potentially lead to a wiper arm that becomes inoperable and or separated from the vehicle, flies off, which can result in reduced visibility. Bringing you the news, right? All right. So this just today we had a couple different updates on some order banks closing. So this may not affect too many of you, but the 23 Transit Connect wagon, that order bank is closing on the 20th. So just next week, next Monday, it'll be closing at 10 p.m. Eastern. You want to make sure you get those last Transit Connect wagon orders in before they close down. Of course, CVP will last another week, so it gives dealerships about a week to get those in. So just keep that in mind. There you go. Now another one that's closing here soon. In fact, that's next week as well, and that is the 23 Edge. So that order bank is closing March 21st, so next Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern. So that order bank is closing as well real soon. So I want to make note of that. And then you have till the March 28th to get your COVP paperwork in for that. So and that stands for Customer Order Verification Program. So in case you ask that. All right, something else that came out today: Bronco pricing increase. So Bronco prices went up yet again. Order banks open up next week, so why not? Let's do a price increase before they open up. Sorry, it's not funny, but so the effective the 15th, which is tomorrow, we will see price increases on about everything with a hardtop, basically. So let me go through this. So the two-door base, Big Ben, Outer Banks, Black Diamond, Badlands, Wild Track, Heritage Edition, Heritage Limited Editions, all of those are going to go up. The $500 Wild Track goes up. I should have said that wrong. Say Wild Track, Heritage Edition, Heritage Limited go up $1,250, so $1,250, whereas all the others go up $500. So that would be your base through the Badlands will go up $500 for your two doors. Four-door Wild Track will go up $750. Heritage Edition also $750, Heritage Limited $750, and the Everglades. So for the four doors. So those are going up. So so you know that. Also for packages, the Lux package will increase $750. Sasquatch package will increase $750. Modular front bumper is increasing $150 as well. And the carbonized gray molded in hardtop, $1,200. So if you add the optional hardtop, then it's $1,200 for those four doors. So from what I can gather, Sasquatch hardtops are the biggest things that are increasing here. And so that's why you see it affecting all the two doors. And on the four doors, it's really only affecting the Wild Track because it has I assume because it has a Sasquatch package on it. And then probably the Heritage Editions as well because they have Sasquatch, and Everglades standard Sasquatch too, which is probably why they go up $750 as well, because the Sasquatch went up. So that's what you're seeing affected. So there you go, price increases. So if you have that pre-order in with your dealer, you might want to look again because probably that price is going to be higher at the when you put your order in. Just so you know, if you see that increase, there we go. That's that. A couple different things about the Model E. It's more for dealers. Information on making sure that your Model E that you're up to date on your milestones and what you're supposed to be on, getting your Model E certification done, the charging network and that kind of thing, and those chargers. So there's some stuff in there for dealers. So dealers, if you're a Model E dealer, you want to check and look that stuff up. Make sure you're hitting your deadlines for that. All right. Any questions about the dealer news?
Not yet.
Nothing? All right. Well, then let's move on to all right. So on the recalls, we only have a couple. One that we talked about actually last week that was updated today, and that is on the safety recall 23S06. I think some people like when I give the recall number out. So that is the recall for the 22 to 23 Bronco, Explorer, F-150 Mustang, and Aviator 10-speed automatic transmission. It does say transmission assembly inspection. So they changed the dates on it. So a lot of them moved back a couple days. So if you have an F-150 built in Dearborn or Kansas City, or Dearborn from November 9th to January 19th of 23. Kansas City, F-150s, November 18th to January 19th, you're affected. A Mustang 22 or 23 model year at Flat Rock from December 1st to January 19th, you might be affected. Aviator, those dates didn't change. They're November 15th to January 26th of 23. Explorer in Chicago, November 13th to January 28th. And then Bronco, 22 and 23 model year in Michigan, November 14th through February 9th. So those dates, they extended it further to include more VINs there on that. So you want to make sure, we talked about that recall last week, but just updated the dates a little bit on that. So I won't go over that whole recall. If you missed it last week, then we'll have to get you updated on that. All right. Another one that came out yesterday, recall 23C05 is on the 21 to 22 model year Bronco, equipped with the 8-inch sync screen. So it's an accessory protocol interface modular software update. So this is a software update, so this won't be too bad. Bronco's 2021 model year Bronco, built January 20th, 2021 through December 22nd, 2021. That's mine. Me. And it's affected 2022 model year Bronco from December 22nd, 2021 through May 18th, 2022. So you're affected. So it looks like to me some of the affected vehicles may not conform to the requirements of the Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standard. Rear visibility when in 4-low mode. The rear camera and image display function. That's probably what has happened to mine because I don't put it in 4-low, but much. An image display function properly throughout the duration of a backing event and properly sees when the backing event ends. Vehicle shifted into a forward gear and the vehicle speeds exceed 10 miles an hour. A black or blue screen is then displayed rather than the expected sync screen. If the vehicle decelerates to 5 miles an hour, the rearview camera image may reappear on the sync screen with no input from the driver despite the vehicle being in a forward gear. So basically you get a blank screen at times when you shouldn't be, which is distracting to the driver, right? It does say do not demonstrate or deliver any new in-stock vehicle. Well, these are 2021 and 2022. Hopefully the dealer has one. What is your problem? You should have sold those a long time ago. Anyway, but you will have to make sure this recall is done before. It does say that the information will be delivered to dealers, be provided to dealers in Q2. And then the letters will go out to customers. So a lot of times I'm giving you this information early. This is a dealer news bulletin on this, advance notice in a sense is what they call it. And so information won't go out to customers yet. That's why I haven't received one. And most people haven't yet on this. But once they have the information Q2 to dealers, then they'll send out the recall to customers to have this done. So, but that is recall, actually two different ones. 23C05 says, but then also 22C27 probably depends on that came out. So anyway, all right, last one. Wait, two more because one just came out today. In fact, I didn't know about it. I'm thankful that somebody tagged me on Maverick Truck Club. We have one for the Maverick, but first, recall 23S10 is on the F-150s. Both the front wiper arm inspection. Actually, I think this has actually been out, but the 2021 model year F-150s. Actually, this was out for the 22, so now they're including the 21 model year as well. Those built in Dearborn between January 8th, 2020 through May 2nd, 2021, or those built in Kansas City between February 12th, 2020 through August 16th, 2021. It's a do not demonstrate or deliver. Hopefully you don't have a 21 still. As a dealer, if you still have a 21, you got to rethink what you're doing here. Just you're gonna have to give the vehicle away at this point. Anyway, so so hopefully for other people though, The reason for the recall: in some of the affected vehicles, it may be possible for the vehicle wiper arms to perform erratically. This condition can potentially lead to a wiper arm that becomes inoperable and or separated from the vehicle, flies off, which can result in reduced visibility, in certain conditions, and probably scratch up your windshield if it comes off.
Probably
Anyway,
crack it.
didn't laugh about this because it's happening to people, but
Yeah.
anyway, so that could happen. So those need to be inspected and such, and those actually I think can get done right now, because I know that on our 22s we've been able to do this recall on the vehicles. So you should be able to get that done right now. Now, one that came out today on the Maverick, and customers haven't been notified of this. This is an advance notice. Recall 23C04 for the 2023 Maverick XL, XLT, and Lariat trim packages with a trailer tow taillight wiring replacement. So, and these are for vehicles built November 23rd, which is pretty much the launch of the job one for the Maverick, through February 10th. So if you were built between that time, you're going to have this recall. Basically says that on affected vehicles, a wiring circuit to the trailer tow connector is missing, resulting in inoperative trailer tail lights. The affected vehicles will not conform to the vehicle motor standards, of course, which requires trailers to be equipped with stop, tail, and turn signal lamps, along with other functions. It says, do not demonstrate or deliver these in-stock vehicles until more information is given to the dealer of how to fix it, which could be Q2 for those. So February 10th is the end date of this. Usually takes about a month for you to get your vehicles. So March 10th is when these vehicles should have arrived. Most people have already taken the delivery before this came out, hopefully. So there could be some arriving right now or recently, but this recall started today. So if you're already taking delivery, you don't, lucky for you, if you're just was at the tail end of this, you might be affected by this. So there shouldn't be a lot of people affected about taking delivery of their vehicle. Anything built February 11th is going to be good. So when that vehicle comes in a dealer, they'll be able to pull a smart Vincent and tell whether or not it's under recall, and we have to take care of the recall first. But there are some people that could be just receiving theirs. We just received 3 today. We'll have to see if those are on the recall list, because those could be affected and they won't be able to be delivered until a recall is done. And right now, Ford doesn't have the information to dealers of what needs to be done yet. But there we go. So it does say, and this is actually on most of them, but I first time actually reading this, this federal law requires dealerships to complete this recall service before a new vehicle is delivered to the buyer or leasee. Violation of this requirement by a dealer could result in a civil penalty of up to $26,315 per vehicle. This is why dealerships will not sell them to you, because we could get penalized pretty heavily there. There you go. Those are the recalls. So yeah, if we do these weekly, then it won't be too much, keeping you guys updated on those recalls. And again, a lot of these are advanced notices. You guys will get notices on if your vehicle is in that you've already taken delivery of the vehicle, then you should you'll get notified eventually from Ford. So all right. So how's things going? Any questions we need to answer there? Nothing. All right, one last thing I want to talk about before we get into the Is It True for this week, and that is on the F-150 Lightning. So we've been talking about this. The plant shut down because of a battery issue and a fire. We all know about that took place. We have a little more information now that the factory's back up and running. Ford actually came out. Let's see, Emma Berg. I actually follow her on Twitter myself. She's a spokeswoman for Ford. And she actually talked to Detroit Free Press, and a couple quotes in here that I think are important, because Ford is now recalling 18 electric pickup trucks because of a battery defect that led to the production shutdown of the Lightning. So they thought they contained all of the vehicles that were affected still at the plant that had not been shipped out, but it looks like 18 might have gotten through before they caught it. And so they're going to recall. 18 is not that many. So I don't think they're considering it a recall, because it's something they can manage and not have to try to find the vehicles. So they're able to track those down. But here's the quote that she has. She said, "We recently established," and by the way, this is from the Detroit Free Press. The link to this article is in the description of this video if you want to check it out. So I like to make sure I source anything that I get out there. So we recently established that 18 vehicles containing cells from That 4-week period had made it to the dealers and customers, she said. On February 4th, during a standard quality check, one vehicle displayed a battery issue and caught fire. The root cause identified was related to battery cell production at the SK On plant in Georgia. So this is together with SK On, we have confirmed the root causes and have implemented quality actions. We learned this when we re-verified the locations of the trucks built with the battery cells from a 4-week window in question. Customers will be notified as soon as possible to make arrangements with their dealers to have their battery pack replaced. That's not going to be cheap for Ford. Customers will receive a loan vehicle, and once repaired, their vehicle will be returned to them. But it probably won't be Ford that's paying for this. It's probably going to be SK On. It's their fault. But anyway, so production is back on. It's resumed as of yesterday. Did see some tweets that went out that says production's up and running for the Lightning. But this is a small one, and I'm glad they caught it when they did, so that way it doesn't cause and end up being a bigger recall and such. Don't want it to be a Tesla fiasco. All right. All right. Anything else? Anything you need to answer before we move on?
Yeah.
No? You get it all handled? All right.
Yeah.
Here we go.